I decided to make this video so I could be a little bit brief, and also a little update on the channel since there is no HorrorVision for this October, but for next year. The last video I made was pretty much me talking about how bad everything has been getting, and I've been gone for YouTube for like, a while now, and things have gone to, well, pretty much garbage. How much could I say this without even trying to swear is beyond hard, because it's a rant video. There are times people literally say stuff that they could not understand, but I had said about YouTube's CEO, Susan Wojcicki. It's so hard to pronounce those last names for me, but the CEO, Susan, is clearly, in my opinion, the worst CEO. And I think everybody's agreeing here, the worst CEO in YouTube history. And I think it's got something to do with the fact that she has no clue about what is going on between YouTube's terms of service, their rules, their systems, and quite literally, she's just like every single Karen in the history that I have seen. At least she's not that psycho Karen from like the Victoria's Secrets that I remember. Oh my god, the last time I saw... I think I watched that video with from Optimus, like, what, the second time already, and I'm still angry. It's just, Jesus, some people, like, want attention. If you want attention, make some cookies then. On a baking show. But, man, I mean, YouTube is awful now. Like, when I first started YouTube, it was a simpler time. You didn't have any of these types of things like, you know, extended loops or, you know, like a clear, you know, screen where the pause menu is. No, it was just very simple, very, like, well executed. And this was during the time when I was, like, I think in middle school. So it was a simpler time when YouTube was so good. And this was me, like, looking at nerfing videos. Rare occasions I'll look at, like, a video that maybe I shouldn't watch, but at the same time, it didn't hurt YouTube standards. Nowadays, with the whole copyright system, and then, you know, like, this is for kids, someone think about the children, and literally, in my mind, and this is me trying not to say it, but it's like, fuck the children at this point. At this point, if you're this parent, or if you're this adult that literally is saying, will someone please think about the children, just fuck the children at this time. Children watch Godzilla. Children watch Terminator. Children watch crazy shit. Children play Warzone. And you want to tell people, someone please think about the children, make all this shit kid friendly. Have we not learned from the past when we made shit kid friendly that it turns to shit? Like, has anybody got a mind already? Or are we just so focused on the whole politics and shit? COVID-19, the monkeypox, you know, Russia's dumb invasion, and like this Iraq terrorist group, you know, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm sick and tired. Like, here's the thing, those are way more important things. I can agree on that. But the fact that you're using that while you're, like, the fact that you're saying that, like, you're completely changing a different subject and you're mostly trying to, like, say, like, you know, we're just trying to make the world better, you're making it worse at this point. You're making it worse. And that's what pissed me off. And then I talked about Nikocado Avocado, the worst YouTuber I have ever seen. I probably have everybody ever seen. And you're thinking, oh, Dom, you were so overreactive. Why do you think he's the worst YouTuber ever? He's got millions of views, he's got millions of subscribers, he's got probably lots of pretty positive comments. You're right about the views, you're right about the subscriptions. Maybe you're kind of right about the comments to an extent. The comments are very negative, as I've seen. It's mainly just poking fun of the fact that he's the biggest joke in YouTube's history. And in the wrong way. First of all, weight loss is one of the most important things to many people's lives, especially their lifespans. I've heard that the tallest man could die like in a very short time. There have been men that have died due to their scale. I think Andre the Giant, man, poor man, passed away, and I think he was the very first WWE Hall of Famer. Legend passed away at a very young age. And then, like, weight loss, I mean, that is one of the most important shit. Now, here's the thing. If you don't care about it, that's fine. But making a video in the fact that you're just gaining weight is beyond horrible. First of all, it's disgusting. And this is coming from a guy with lots of anxieties over stuff like gross shit and other stuff that makes his anxieties go way into the air. It is beyond ridiculous. I can control those other anxieties, but anything to do with disgusting crap, pretty much like dust bunnies, hair in my food, or somebody eating the food very sloppily, or listening to disgusting noodles, it's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see it. I want to look at something like at least positive, at least something entertaining. Can I watch something entertaining? No, I have to watch a guy being a very stupid fat fuck for literally past like what, 30 to 60 minutes, which drags and drags and drags and drags. Especially when he talks about his merch. Like, it's easy to get to like, you know, tell people to go get your merch. It's very easy. What do? You try to make it a secret. Okay, that's positive enough. You want to see if it's like a new shirt. First of all, not only do you keep saying Walmart, 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 which is completely a product placement, by the way, an actual bad product placement. Walmart's still a good place. Target's a good place. But the fact that you're talking about a product placement is something that movies try to stay away from. And the fact that you try to spin it up faster, okay, that's fine enough. But it still drags on because you're still doing it one by one. The funniest part about doing a comedy about this is mostly looking at some ridiculous outfits. Some that probably you wouldn't wear, or you would wear, just not on camera. And you just slide it along, and once you see that merch, you pick it up, then you pose it. A very simple task. But instead, you just drag it on, and it's not funny. Your face is not funny. This constant... I can't even do the face. That's how angry I am. That face you do with the blinking of the eyes, it's not funny. Mo has done that face before, but he did not blink so constantly. And even if he did that face, he changed it up with his teeth here. He usually goes like this. Like, that's usually what he does with that angry face he makes. And that's mainly when he causes pretty much a slapstick, like slapping the Stooges, or like pretty much, I don't know, taking a pickaxe and smashing into Curly's iron head. That's funny because there is a punchline at the end of it. Especially, there are more facial expressions. His other facial expressions are ridiculous. And then could I talk about the most disgusting thing ever that I think Susan Wachkiki doesn't have a fucking clue what is going on here? The man shits himself. Yeah, there's a couple of videos where, like, you know, you don't see the shit, but then there's like maybe 3 or 4 videos. And my God, I've seen blurred ones, and then I see this one where it's not blurred out, and either you are the most self-entitled, narcissistic bitch on YouTube, or you're just an idiot. This should not be allowed on YouTube. It should be against any terms of service. This is disgusting. The fact that he showed it too, especially in the sheets when he was having, I don't even care about your standards anymore because simply you're not caring enough for it, where he actually had pretty much made out with his husband, Orlin, whatever the fuck his name is. And he's another fat, useless fuck. Yeah, made out in the bed. What else? After making out in the bed, knock out, you know, nice good sleep, he shits himself, diarrhea, on the goddamn sheets. In a $2 million penthouse, by the way. $2 million penthouse, and he says he doesn't even have $1 million. It begs the question, how much of an idiot is this guy? And clearly it's down to how fact that he just doesn't give a shit. The fact that you have a person who doesn't give a shit, so self-entitled, it's ridiculous. Trust me, I will say this clearly, with no apologies whatsoever and no remorse. If I see this guy anywhere here in New Jersey, while I'm having fun with my parents and my friends, I will call this guy out. If he throws the first smack, either he misses or not, I'm gonna slug him. I'll give him a black and blue. I'll make sure he has a bleeding face. And I can give two shits about security or even the police right now. I care so much about how security and police try to keep us safe for the matter, but this guy deserves a smack, at least one. Because it's ridiculous how he does this shit and how he can get away with it. And then I talked about, the fact that he went to Heart Attack Grill, which literally, how is this place not shut down? I don't give a damn it's in Las Vegas, There were other places that were shut down because the fact that it's old, it's outdated, and there is no value in money going in it whatsoever. Heart Attack Grill has millions of dollars going through it for no reason. Oh, actually, there's a fucking reason. And it's mainly a couple things. First one, they're big portions of food, which clearly should be outlawed by the CDC and the health department. I don't know how that's not even possible. I don't even know how that's not even worth a warrant, by the way. And the second part, actually there's three, I'll get to the third one later, but the second part is that it has a very bizarre SMN nurse doctor style feel. Like, you have waitresses dressed as nurses doing very bizarre kinky events of them spanking patients, basically customers, for them not finishing the big portions that they have been eating. First of all, even if I was to go there, just like, if I did not know that this place was literally like horrendous as it is, and if I was to go there just to eat, because I'm a very picky eater and there are times I can eat big portions but not as much, I do not want to be dressed in a fucking apron unless I really am going to the hospital. I most certainly will not get spanked by a fucking nurse, even if the doctor tells me to, here, because of the fact that it's wrong in my sense, and anybody spanking my ass is a very big mistake here, and I think it's absolutely rude that you do that. And thirdly, being punished for it is very stupid. You're just being punished because you just didn't finish? Really? Like Nikocado already wastes his food already. Like, there's no point in it. He is a disgusting slob. And then the third part. The owner, which calls himself a doctor. I don't even want to know his fucking doctor name in the first place, because I could care two fucks about him. This guy should have been in prison. No, he should have been sentenced to death. Carrying ashes of his customers. Should not even be legal in the United States. It shouldn't even be branded on a death certificate. I would not send my dad there if he was still alive. No way. Especially for the fact, too, Nikocado, that he was a type 2 diabetic, and you just insulted him. And I'll take this point and clear again. Don't you dare poke fun of him again. Because if you do, I have no sorries, remorse, or anything for you whatsoever. I don't. I never fucking will. Because if I do, then I'd be less of a human being. Because at least me slapping the shit out of you makes me more human than you being a fat fucking slob, thinking you're a king in your own fucking castle, and you have all the little shitheads that you call losers. Typically, anybody who uses the term loser, and I mean anybody, especially ones who kind of do it just for show, you are clearly the loser because you're saying the word loser. Like, it's just, no. It's okay to say you lose, but loser is a dead name at this point. People could still say it maybe, yes, but clearly they're the loser because they're saying loser. Like literally, just adding that ER literally screws it up. But when you say, you lose, it doesn't bother me, loser. It's just, there's no point in saying it. Especially Nick, who clearly is the loser. and he acts like he's supposed to act like one fat cartoon character. Like, how many cartoon characters have I seen that are fat, stupid, and pretty much self-entitled? Way too many. Like I said with this doctor guy, he should be sentenced to death. Not only is he killing his customers, he could care less about it. You could tell by his face. How is a judge in Las Vegas? No. How is a court in Las Vegas? Something that has massive, massive crimes that I think I've heard of before. How in the hell is this place not shut down? This place could be good for like maybe a shopping mall for some of these people who have won jackpots. Like, imagine them wearing nice clothing like those Gucci's and those Rolexes I've been hearing about. I'd be very curious to see that place into, like, you know, a nice clothing store or a retail store. Not this shit. And the fact that he's gotten this much money because of it. I wonder what he does with that money. This man is, quite frankly, old. I don't even know how old he is. My guess in his 50s at this point. That's just my guess. But if he's at his 50s, then, well, he doesn't eat his food then, which is something, because it looks like he doesn't gain that much weight compared to Nikocado. And the fact that Nikocado needs a breathing device shows how much he's on life support. I'm surprised he's not even using a fucking walking cane like that fat bitch. Like, what do they call this? Hungry fat chick? More like hungry fat bitch. Pretty much. She has way more weight than Nick himself. It is ridiculous here. And the word mukbang is worse than the word Vine. Like, Vine was a big trend. And TikTok's pretty much replaced it, which I can understand very well on the names between TikTok and Vine. Mukbang sounds way too pornographic. And it's just people eating shit. Like, you find this entertaining, you know? It'd be okay if they're, like, reviewing the food, if, you know, like, if it's good or not, you know? Like, if they're actually, like, from a pedestrian standpoint or to a chef standpoint, is the food good for service or anything, you know? Something that's either a positive or negative reviews on it, which could help. No. Quite frankly, it's just people just eating sloppily and, you know, getting views because of it. Millions of people like this shit. Like minus a million, maybe like 100,000 like people eating shit, eating disgusting shit. Are you kidding me? And like, forget the fact that, you know, all this shit is from like China or Japan and stuff. You like the fact that somebody's eating this product disgustingly? There is something wrong with you. I'd rather stare at my wall because at least I can look at how beautiful the colors are. Especially these, like, these spots, these, like, bumps on the wall, which I heard is to hide imperfections. Which, although I do not like it, I preserve a flat wall, for me at least. It does give an interesting idea, at least, imperfections. That's kind of nice. I'd rather watch all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, back to back. Even the worst one on Stranger Tide. The second worst, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I'd watch all of them. I would watch the new one if Johnny Depp ever is going to go for a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I'd rather watch Invitation. I'd rather watch The Black Phone again. I'd rather watch Halloween Ends. I'd rather watch all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Even the shitty-ass remake, Freddy's Nightmares. Because at least I'm entertained by it. That's me. I don't like fat people doing fat things. And it's nothing against fat people. As a matter of fact, I feel bad for them not even losing weight. And I'm not strong. I don't have abs and stuff, you know, even though I could. I'm a very picky eater, but I do eat, like, you know, healthy foods and stuff, you know, just not as often. But it's like, making this a trend? Do you really want to support? And this is mostly down to Susan and Nikocado that I'm going through. I'm going after both of them because they're clearly the idiots in the wrong. For Nick, you want to do this because you're getting this many views, and you're risking your life because of it. You're probably going to say, first of all, I am not basically wasting my whole life around it. At least I'm still standing and shaking my tits, my fat little tits, and my fat little belly, even though I identify as skinny because it's water weight. First of all, your water weight thing's a bad trend. Second of all, your merch is goddamn shit. Second of all, your videos are goddamn shit. And then third of all, you are losing your life because literally I'm seeing you literally going through this stuff. You can't even dance. You can't even move quick without taking a slight breath and just going, that's you. That's you. So, unless you got anything interesting on your fucking videos, and that includes your TikTok and your fucking OnlyFans, which I will never sub to whatsoever here, I'd rather sub to an OnlyFans account that has way more entertainment value. Yes, I said that. Nothing with the disgusting, gross, shitty value that you caused on OnlyFans. I would not even go to your TikTok, even though I'm not a TikTok person. I never will be a TikTok person, ever. I will never make TikTok videos. I will never look at TikTok videos. Unless it's Gordon Ramsay, unless it's a good, helpful advice and a good loadout for Call of Duty, I'm never doing it. And then I'm never going to watch your YouTube videos because they're basically not worth shit. Not worth my time, my patience, and my fury. You're not worth crap. Because if you were, you'd be right here right now and I would have kicked your ass. Because this is unacceptable. And as for Susan, you are the worst fucking CEO that I have ever seen. And I've never seen shitty CEOs before. I never even looked into them. I've looked into you from very few YouTubers. You basically said no to Optimus from their interview because he talks shit about the whole, what incident was it again? I forgot the name of that guy. That basically, you know, got kicked out of YouTube and then he got back on and stuff. Do you know how fucking hypocritical that is? How it's basically turning you into a garbage CEO at the first place? I think the people who own YouTube don't have a fucking clue what you're doing. Your YouTube Shorts is by far probably one of the most crappy things I've ever seen in my life. It's just a watered down version of TikTok. I mean, YouTube Reels. No, actually Facebook Reels has a reason to exist. Shorts, I don't think there's shorts on Twitter, but there's shorts on Instagram, and those are better. Those are better. Yours is shit. Absolute shit. There's nothing good about it. And you remove a dislike button. Why? Because that one video you made where you hadn't even focused on jack shit about your fucking community, no matter how much of a trend, how many trends are there, you don't give a shit about your YouTube community whatsoever. And the fact that you got 40,000 dislikes, you got this pissed off that you have to remove the dislike button? Do you know how stupid that was? Do you know how much anger you just made the community into? I'm hoping some rich guy literally pays a sum to make like at least a platform that is like YouTube and is 10 times better than YouTube, has the same stuff as YouTube, but as much respect to the people that is going to be creating a community that at least listens. Because right now, this is just a corporate thing that literally is horrible. And I have nothing against some corporate stuff here. Far from it. There are some things that I really do appreciate from corporations. Now, I'm not going to name any, but I do know that they do pretty well. But this is not even, this is the wrong type of corporate. And the fact that I look at this one dumb bitch and the fact that she doesn't know anything. She's a Karen. Let's just make this point clear. She's a Karen, just like every other Karen that I have looked at from the Optimus reviews. It's ridiculous. It is beyond rude and it's beyond disrespectful. And I should have the respect I deserve, Susan. How dare you? BBT, Billy Bob Tanley, should have the respect that he deserves. So does Optimus. So does Angry Video Game Nerd, Nostalgia Critic, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. Every single person should have respect on YouTube. Not these people you just pick out of the fucking sky because you say so, because you're the CEO. You could not even be demoted. At this point, you could not be demoted. You have raised the bar so far into the shit scale, it's ridiculous. You need to be fired. Not only do you need to be fired, you have to have your pink slip, you have to be given the axe, your stuff needs to be thrown out into the street, and you need to cry. That's it. As for the update, before I go, there is no HorrorVision for this week, but I will continue my Revisiting Horror series as far as I can go. I am doing so much stuff right now that is way more important than what I'm doing right now. But when I get back to the Revisiting Horror, we are going to continue on looking back on my very first HorrorVision. Then we're going to be going to the next 2 HorrorVisions, and after that, that's it. And all I got to do is just get ready for the next HorrorVision, which is coming in 2023. And I actually picked the name for it. I will get the trailers out maybe around October. At least the teaser around October. The trailer, we'll see. Maybe during the summertime of 2023, because I love to hype people up. But it is going to be called HorrorVision Trick or Treat-a-thon, which is going to be a kid-style, let me repeat that, a kid-style Halloween specials. These are Halloween specials that are targeted towards children. Either young kids, big kids, it doesn't matter. Anything towards a child, and I am going to review it myself. Now, quite frankly, still my content is not made for kids. So pretty much any type of words I say is clearly not allowed for your child to see. At least tell them, even if you're going to show them my videos, at least tell them not to say the things that I say. Like, for instance, fuck, bitch, shit, ass. Those words I don't think a children should say, especially in school. You should never say that in school. Last time I said that, got in pretty big trouble for that. But let's be honest, it was the teacher's fault. But anyhow, I'm getting off topic here. Just let your children at least not say any swear words. Wait until they're in high school, and then that's a different story. Wait until they're in high school, then you got a different story, pal. Wait until middle school. That's even bigger. So, I'm going to sign out, and I hope you guys pretty much had some common sense in this video. I know some of my subscribers have so much good common sense here, and I really do appreciate the subscriptions. Especially even if I'm not making any of these videos. Like I said, I was going to do some Toxic Nerfer videos, but I'm so like busy of what I'm doing right now that I just can't focus on so many videos. I think by the time I get my schedule back in order, I could be ready to make videos for you guys, because you deserve it. You very much. Not this piece of crap that basically talks down on you. At least I don't talk down on my subscribers. I talk down on the people who deserve it, but I don't talk down to people who literally subscribe to me, like my videos, and comment on my videos for the positive things that I have done. And mostly my negative stuff. But far more on topic, I really, really do appreciate it, and I have the heart to show it. And I'll make you that promise, even if it's going to take a very good while. So, I'll see you in the next slide. Peace out.